you say to file your claim, like the gentleman was talking, he's going for a speeding ticket. You say file your claim and run your claim. And my question to you is, how do you get your claim into the same room at the same time that they're going after you, and you want to argue your claim against them? How do you get that to happen all at the same time?
You just ask, when you're making a claim, you just say it would be good to join the claims to save the courts a limited resources, so that way the public doesn't have to be burdened to hear two cases at two different court dates, that we could get the both parties summons to appear at the same time to save resources. That's all.
So when you
people, it's like if somebody's going for bankruptcy, okay? Each person isn't going to have to file their own claim against somebody for the debt due. The creditors all join up in one big claim. You say, when you say the debtor says, how many people are your creditors? It's like all these people. So you're going to get everybody, like almost like you would say, like a class action lawsuit. You're going to get everybody in one big room at one time, and the judge is going to say, look, issue it to all your creditors. All the creditors want to make a claim that there's a debt due. Come forth now and make the claim. So, I'm going to cut up this guy's pie, and everybody's going to get a piece of the pie. So it just doesn't waste, 50 years. It's like, you got a claim against this guy, come forth and make the claim. What we're going to all do is on the same day at the same time.
Okay, so when you take it to the clerk and file it, you request that they attach it and hear it at the same time?
Yeah, you could say that there's I'm also have an interest in this matter, and I would like to be heard on this date, that this case is going to be heard at this time.
Okay.
I have interest in it, and I have to make a claim as well. I have a claim. I have a vested claim that the debt is due to me as well. Because a trespass and a claim, the trespass and a debt technically is the same word. It's that there's a debt due, there's a trespass, there's been a wrong, there's been a harm, injury, or financial loss.
Okay, and if you were the prosecutor of your case, and would you ask for a trial by jury as opposed to the person who caused you harm? Would you, as a prosecutor, ask for a trial by jury?
And like I said, it depends. It all depends, because sometimes the community standards, no matter if a fictional entity is coming after me, there would be no need to waste my time with the jury. If there's a fictional entity coming after me, the man in the black robe knows exactly what is going on, and he knows exactly that we're in a world of man, and he knows who's going to win. Let me put it this way. If you get a trial by jury and it's over against the IRS, every single freaking person on the show thinks that the IRS wrote him a letter, correct?
Correct.
The judge knows the IRS has no imposable thumbs. The IRS can't pick up a pen. The IRS never wrote anybody a letter. The judge is smart than the jury, because the jury's like, oh, look, he got a letter from the IRS. No, he didn't. The judge knows he didn't. I know he didn't. He got it from a man. And the man's name's certainly not IRS. So obviously, if I was on an IRS case, I would not have a jury, because the jury's a bunch of morons that think the IRS wrote him a letter. Oh, look, the IRS wrote him a letter. He clearly ignored this letter. What IRS wrote a letter? Get the IRS on a freaking witness stand to testify under oath of affirmation that he wrote a letter. Well, you know what we mean. Don't be difficult. Don't be stupid, Carl. Oh, that's right. I'm the stupid one. IRS wrote me a letter. See, I don't want a jury. Not for that.
Okay, but if it's say you against me or me against you, depending, banging around in my head and decide whether I would or would not want a jury.
I definitely want a jury. I'd want. Let me put it this way: it was you against me, me against you. That's fine. What happens if it was an 80-year-old lady against you or a 3-year-old girl? Would you want to go up against an 80-year-old lady or a 3-year-old girl?
No.
The answer is no. No, you're going to lose. Okay. So all the cases are the same. There has to be a trespass. There has to be a wrong. There has to be a controversy. But all the cases are unique. And that's what makes the game fun. It's like playing poker. How would you like it if all you had in the deck of cards was 2 cards and the guy had an ace and you had a jack? You get dealt the ace, yeah, you're going to win. The other guy you get the jack next time, you're going to lose. It's the random chance of who knows what the hell's going to happen. It's a game. It's the randomness of you've got to put all the elements together and say, wow, what am I looking at? Let's put all the cards on the table and let's see if we should play the game or we should just fold or we should bluff. It's a game. It's a wonderful game. We don't have to kill each other in duels anymore. We don't have to put it's like Alexander Hamilton got the Secretary of State or the Secretary of the Treasury got blown away by the Vice President. That was ridiculous. When that happened, that was it. It all moved into court. No more, well, he said that my wife looked fat in that hat, so I'm going to put a bullet to his head and we're going to go pistols at dawn. That's ridiculous. You're losing a good man and another good man. The other guy had to run for his life and was dragged out of office, and the other guy was dead. So this is why the court system is a wonderful system that we have. And if the people in the courthouse is, like I said, is starting to being maybe tainted by being paid off by the corporates or the banks, and maybe we got to call them to it and say, are you throwing a man in a box because he owes a debt to a fictional entity that has no accrual or financial loss? They can prove nothing in an open court, and nobody's going to come by and testify against this flesh and blood. Are you saying that this man is going to be held surety for the name on his mortgage, but the bank doesn't have to produce the man to make the claim? Because whatever the bank is in error. Shouldn't the bank be held as just as liable? Shouldn't a man be held as the surety for the bank? Who is the man who claims control of the bank? It should be in equal footing.
No,
and that's
I
what
agree.
I'm trying to say. We've got to be fair. It's got to be both ways. There's got to be a balance here, and it's not.